Get ready to arm yourself with the ultimate tool for survival. From slicing through dense vegetation to building your makeshift shelter, these supercharged machetes are your ticket to conquering the wilderness. So join us as we unveil the most powerful and reliable survival machetes of 2023. Cold Steel Kukri. The Kukri is the everyday knife of the Nepalese people, who use it for everything from harvesting crops to chopping firewood. This model from Cold Steel is made to work. It is relatively inexpensive as far as machetes go, and as a result, there aren't any fancy adornments. That's not a bad thing, as you're getting exactly what you need, a workhorse, without paying for decoration. Plus, you won't be afraid to use and abuse it, fearing that you'll damage the finish or some such. The forward curve of the blade makes it look as though it will be unbalanced, but that's not the case at all. It swings very well and it cuts deeply into the target, whether you're chopping branches or cutting open a shooting lane just before hunting season begins. It comes with a sturdy sheath that can be worn on the belt if desired. Top Knives Bestia. The Bestia is a cookery-style chopper, which is a blend of Machete and a cookery. The long blade is going to provide some serious muscle behind each of your cuts and chops. From the design to the materials, this is a top-notch chopper. What really sets it apart from the other knives that are similar is the 1095 high-carbon steel that has a hardness level of RC 5658. This steel has a high level of carbon, which means that the steel is going to be harder than your standard steel. Plus, the carbon reduces the amount of wear that a blade accrues over time and use. The blade has a tan traction powder coating, which is going to provide the appearance that you want while also protecting the blade in the ways that you want it to. You don't have to worry about the handle being too small, because it is plenty big enough to fit your hand on it, which allows you to have better control over each of your cuts. The micarta handle scales only increase the durability and comfort that this knife provides. Best yet, this tops knife comes with a black Kydex sheath that makes carrying this knife a breeze. Condor Bushcraft Parang Machete. Condor Tool and Knife is known for making tough, practical designs at a great price, and this machete certainly lives up to that expectation. The Bushcraft Parang is one of its most popular models due to its thick, rugged blade, made from 1075 high-carbon steel. A convex edge ensures maximum strength for chopping, while the forward center of gravity, yielded by the Parang Chandong blade shape, makes it a joy to swing during extended use. This Joe Flowers design is made for chopping, and, as a result, was given an ergonomic, shock-absorbing polypropylene handle that fills the hand, ensuring hours of comfortable use, whether hacking your way through the jungle or splitting wood. The pommel curves slightly around your hand to prevent any chance of it slipping out of your grip. While there is an inch or two of unsharpened blade near the handle, it's not really a problem, as you won't be using that area to chop with. In addition, it gives you a safe area to grip, just in case you find yourself having to choke up on the blade for feather sticking or similar tasks. Just make sure you keep it clean and oiled to stave off corrosion. Kershaw Camp 10. The Camp 10 bridges the gap between a large knife and a small machete, making it perfect for simple chores that don't require extended reach. But there's still plenty of heft to lend added power to your swings. Plus, the ergonomics of the design are on point, and it is a dream to use, even for extended periods of time. It bears a slight resemblance to the K-bar cutlass machete, though with a different sort of handle. The rubberized handle provides plenty of grip. There are lanyard holes at each end of the handle, allowing you to really secure your hand when you're working. The glass-filled nylon sheath has a belt loop as well as gear straps, giving you several carry options. The blade has a slight recurve shape and, at the spine, measures nearly 0.2 inch thick. This is a strong knife with plenty of steel to back up each chop and cut. Kershaw has a long-standing reputation for high-quality blades that don't carry high price tags. With the Camp 10, it hits that sweet spot where you're getting more than your money's worth. It is built for the long haul, and with even minimal care, it should last many years. Tremontina Bush Machete. The Tremontina Bush Machete is probably what most people envision when you say the word machete. No bells or whistles, just 18 inches of carbon steel that will chop and cut through just about anything that's in your way as you tramp through the forest and field. The low-key approach here isn't a bad thing, not by any stretch. Keep in mind that people who live in areas where machetes are used daily don't have a need for polished blades or other such niceties. The bad news is that the bush machete doesn't come with a sheath. You can find one online, or you could cobble something together yourself. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, just something to protect the blade's edge and you from it. This model is also a little rough around the edges. Users might find the handle a little more comfortable after applying a layer of grip tape. Adding a lanyard looped around the end of the handle might also be a good idea. Some buyers have found the blade's edge in need of touching up before the first use. Even so, the price really can't be beaten. The BAREBONES NATA tool. This BAREBONES product is a one-of-a-kind machete with a design inspired by the traditional old-school Japanese sword. The blade is chisel-tipped and thinner as compared to the previous ones. Forged from the 3CR13 stainless steel, the 12-inch blade is adorned by a walnut hardwood handle and protected by a waxed, water-resistant sheath that contains copper rivets and leather straps, enhancing the practicality of the simplistic yet sharp design. This one can definitely be useful for the butchers and hunters, for the sharpness of this blade is not to be underestimated. The Japanese NATA tool is as elegant as it is purposeful, and definitely worth its price tag. But if you're attracted by the size, maybe one of the bigger knives are more suited to your preference. Top knives, CHETE. The design of the CHETE is very much based on a chopper-style knife, but it's bigger. That mass, combined with the blade, makes it perform like a Vorpal dire beaver, gnashing through trees. It is made to apply raw force to whatever is put in front of it. The foot-long 1095 carbon steel blade is thick and incredibly strong. It is a brutally effective tool for many applications, from chopping firewood to cutting your way through even the thickest forest. The handle is comprised of black and green micarta slabs attached to the tang. These are rounded and contoured for comfort. They're thick and fill the hand well, while also providing a secure grip, even in challenging conditions. Even with its heftiness, the CHETE is comfortable to use, with its weight doing much of the work. The sheath is what they call an out-the-front design. Rather than drawing the machete straight up and out, you just pull it up a few inches, then rock it forward and out of the sheath. While this takes a little getting used to, it is a very safe way to deploy the tool.